Hello, you're tuned into Coast to Coast Real Estate with Jaqueline Steib. This podcast will take us all across the globe as we learn the ins and outs of real estate from the industry's top advisors. Here we are now with Jaqueline Steib.
Welcome to Coast Real Estate. I am your host, Jaqueline Steib, with Vista Sotheby's International Realty, broadcasting simultaneously from Manhattan Beach, California, and Boise, Idaho. In today's episode, you will get to know Janet Thompson. Janet is with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to Janet. How are you, Janet?
I'm great. Thank you, Jaqueline, for having me. I'm honored. Hello, everybody.
I'm excited to have you here. Janet, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
I live in Boise, Idaho. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up actually in a town called Iowa Falls, Iowa, with my family. I have 5 brothers, and I am the youngest daughter of 6. So that
spoiled baby.
So that was an interesting childhood for sure. I met my husband, and he grew up in Boise, and so then I ended up in Boise, and that's how I got here. We moved here in the year after we got married in 2000. So we've been here for almost 21 years. The city's growing, and it's just an incredible place to live. We have 2 children. We have a son who is 30, and he actually ironically has moved back to Iowa. Go figure. We keep going back and forth between Iowa and Idaho. And we have a 16-year-old daughter, Emma.
Exciting. So what are the things that you love the most about your city right now?
So Boise is a growing city, and it's all about the lifestyle here. It's all about the foothills, and you can be skiing in 30 minutes. We have a really great ski resort, Bogus Basin, and you can golf and ski in the same day lots of times during the winter, which is really fun. The foothills provide trails. The city has done an amazing job at creating a green belt that goes all the way through the city, which is just beautiful. There's restaurants, there's parks, everything. It follows the river actually from East Boise all the way through Eagle, Idaho, which is a popular spot for people to check out and move. And it's really fun. It's super family oriented. We go ride our bikes to the Greenbelt, stop and have brunch. There's wineries and breweries, and we have a really great music fest every spring. Of course, we didn't have it last spring, but we have it every other spring, and called Tree Fort, and they just take over the town. There's art in the park. There's just like all kinds of stuff. It's really just about getting out and enjoying the outdoors and downtown and the foothills, and it's a great family lifestyle for sure.
It sounds lovely, and I want to just go hang out at that at the park or drive by the river and enjoy some of that music. It's coming. All of that is coming again really soon. What's your favorite childhood memory?
I lived in a small town in Iowa, and my dad was a golfer. And so we would, every night after he got off work, he was a tractor mechanic, believe it or not, in Iowa. And we would go golfing as a family and grill out for dinner, have dinner at the golf course. We would get on the cart. We had a cart that we would ride around and play a round of golf every evening. And the fireflies would be flying around, and I was really young and would do cartwheels on the golf course before I could actually play golf. And I think that has to be my favorite memory.
That sounds lovely. And it reminds me of when my husband and I take the kids golfing, and it is fun. Obviously, they do their own thing and they play. Janet, when you decided that you were going to start a career in real estate, who was the first person who believed in you? And did you always knew you wanted to be in real estate?
I didn't always know I wanted to be in real estate. I hadn't really thought of it. I actually have a marketing degree, and I started out in marketing, which, does lend very nicely when you're marketing homes to have that background. So that works really well for me. My husband was in retail. So we opened up a retail store in downtown Boise, and I started designing handbags from that. It was a luggage store, so the handbags kind of went with it, kind of did that for a while. Then kind of when right at the crash, real estate was getting hard. People didn't, luggage, we weren't traveling as much. And I don't know, for some reason, it seems crazy that in 2008 with the real estate crash that I would decide to get into real estate, but that is in fact what I did.
This is my time.
Yes. Everybody else is getting out. It's great. I'll get in. I think I was super excited about, I could still use my marketing skills. I like to help people. Definitely was some of that. And I was excited because I didn't have to carry or buy inventory, and the hours were flexible. So I'm a little bit of a workaholic, which is great. But at the same time, I could, make sure that I attended all my daughter's things. And my husband was like, go do it. Just so he was the one that believed in me. He was like, just go do it. Like, and I'll keep everything running here and I'll do it. And I did. And then I got really busy in real estate, and we were just kind of over having a retail store. The whole retail climate was a little weird, switching over to big boxes and Amazon, and it was hard to keep up. And so he actually then a few years later got his real estate license, and we're both agents.
Is this how you started that team of yours?
Yes, that's how I started a team. It's kind of weird. And then we were at Group 1 Sotheby's, and they had an assistant we shared. It was a bunch of agents shared the assistant. The assistant left, and I happened to be visiting my in-laws, and I had to place my own ad. And I'm not a very good admin person. I'm great at marketing. I'm great at negotiation. I'm great at sales, but admin, that wasn't so good. So I was trying to place my own ad, and my sister-in-law ended up helping me. And I looked at her and I was like, are you looking for a job? So she's actually she's been with us for 7 years. She's been our transaction coordinator / my assistant, and she's amazing. She's just Johnny on the spot, answers everybody right away. I don't know what I would do without her. And so that is how we started with the team, actually. And then it just kept building from there. So
for those of you agents who don't know Janet has an amazing team. And not only that, but she has a proven record of how to build your own team. So if you're thinking it is time for you to take it to the next level, you have to reach out to her and her coaching, because she's done it all. So don't need for you to reinvent the wheel on how to create this amazing team. You may not have to hire your sister-in-law, but she'll tell you who to hire.
I don't share her. Like, I'll just teach you how I trained her, but I don't share her. Yeah. She's too much gold to share. So, although I hope she doesn't listen to this, because I don't know if I would want to tell her that, but
we need a pay raise.
I'll tell her she's gold. I tell her she's gold all the time. I don't know if she'd like that I don't want to share her. She'd probably be like, sure, I can do it for other people. She's such a giver.
Oh, I love that. Hey, why and how did you join the Sotheby's family?
So I was with Group 1, and Group 1 joined Sotheby's. And honestly, full disclosure, at first I was like, what are you doing? I love the idea that this is it was a local business brokerage that had been here for 30 years. I was like, what are you doing? You don't need Sotheby's, the whole thing. Then I got in and I started looking at what they had to offer. And I have to say that I am so happy they took the leap and did it. It's been so amazing. The family, I thought I had a good family here locally, and I do. But the family at Sotheby's is just incredible. All the agents that we've met, and the networking, and I know somebody in California that can list your house, or I know somebody in Texas, or, and just having those connections when you have a really great listing come on, and, we keep in touch, and it's amazing, not only for myself in my career, but also for our clients to have those connections and to be able to just call and know exactly who to put somebody in touch with is amazing. And also, I think Sotheby's, the marketing, I instantly was drawn to that, of course, that being my background. Love the idea that, we provide luxury marketing at all price points. Especially in Boise, because we have some lower price points than some of other Sotheby's markets. And we provide the same marketing and service, and it's amazing and really sells the house. I tell my clients, it's like, do you want to list at Walmart and get a Walmart price for your house, or do you want to list at Nordstrom's and get a Nordstrom's price for your house? And that's the difference between Sotheby's and some of the other brands out there. And I love that.
You definitely get what you pay for.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, and the syndication's amazing as well.
Yeah, over 7,000 places where all of our listings get sent to. So yeah, who has that power? No one else.
And big hitters too, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. I mean, really big hitters where there's just not another brokerage or real estate company that can provide to amazing listings.
And every single one of those listings, not just the big ones, which is even better for all of our clients.
Right.
Take me back to a day where you were showing a home and there was the particular smell. We all have walked to those homes where there's something there and you're like, oh dear God, do I really have to walk, pretend that I don't smell it? What do I do? But your body just says like, no way. This is how we're reacting. What was the smell of the house?
We all walk into the houses that have cat and dog pee, right? And like, that's like a pretty standard one, but I feel like we can get over that. Everybody knows what it is. We know what to do about it. But one day I walked into a house and we couldn't even get in the door. I mean, it was so toxic. You felt like it was so toxic. And it turned out it was in the historical part of Boise, which I tend to love the older houses, and I sell a bunch in that area. And anyway, there was an underground oil tank under the house and it had started leaking because it hadn't been decommissioned properly, which is something that, you do want your agent to know a little bit about, and we do. So you walked in and you could just smell it. And that was a deal breaker. It was a little bit of a deal breaker. Yeah. Oil leaking underneath the house, but it's not something that you usually walk into a house and feel like you need a gas mask. Right. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. It was too bad too, because it's a lovely house. They did eventually, the listing, I had the buyer. So, the listing agent did eventually get it figured out, and they we have here, I don't know if you guys have DEQ, which is the Department of Environmental Quality, and they got out there and got it all taken care of and done quickly, and it did sell. But every time I drive by that house, it was on 21st Street. Every time I drive by that house, 21st Street, I'm always like, oh, that house. Like, you never forget, right?
It's like, you got to walk through your listings before they hit the market so you can figure out what those issues may be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully fix them before they hit the market, but we all do it a little bit differently. Janet, what's your favorite smell in a home?
I am convinced that vanilla will sell a house. I don't know, a vanilla candle. I just love a vanilla candle. And I was talking to my assistant, Maureen. We're actually going to put it on our website because I love it so much. And we have a tab. We have a new website going up in the next week or two. And one of the tabs on the new website is going to be our favorite things, which I just love that we get to tell people about our favorite things. And there is this candle. I think it's by Pride and, oh shoot, I can't remember. It'll be on our website, and it's cashmere, and it's this vanilla cashmere blend smell, and I just love it. I am convinced that if you've got a good vanilla, not perfumey smell going in a house, it makes the house feel cleaner and fresh. And every time I have a house with the smell, I'm like, no perfumes, nothing, don't do that. Just go get some vanilla and take care of it. So if you've, made fish for dinner or something and you've got your house listed, burn a vanilla candle. It makes it all better. Just
Open the windows, let the
open the
smell go out,
windows and light a vanilla candle.
light a vanilla candle.
Yes.
How do you get a house ready for the market?
So we have a pretty extensive